Are y'all ready for the second card in the Timeless Portrait series? I'm going to use these supplies here. My River Rock cardstock, basic black, very vanilla, a little piece of cherry cobbler. My very favorite stamp from the stamp set, this fabulous tree with the girl on the swing. Love this. Some crochet trim. This is what I'm going to start out with. I have a little bit of an idea of what I want my card to look like, but sometimes we always change things along the way. So let's see what we come up with. My soft suede, I'm going to stamp the tree onto my very vanilla. Now, as I was inking this up, I noticed I have a lot of ink along the edges here. So I'm a little worried I'm going to end up stamping that on my project. So two things you want to be careful of. Don't push down too hard and don't rock your stamp. You want to push down hard enough to get a good image, but you don't want to get those edges on there. Now I'm going to use my early espresso and stamp this onto cherry cobbler cardstock. And then I can punch it out with my heart punch to highlight the little girl. Thanks to my friend Vicki, who's letting me borrow her heart punch. That looks terrific, don't you think? I'm going to add some sponging around the edge. And I did end up catching a little edge of my stamp right there, so the sponging should hopefully kind of camouflage that. Do some sponging around my cherry cobbler. And then I want to do a little bit of distressing on the heart with my distressing tool. I'm going to do the same distressing along the edge of my layer here. Okay, so I did my next layer, my basic black, and I sponged that as well. I'm going to take a little piece of the Designer Series paper and adhere that up in the corner. Do a little distressing of that as well. I'm going to tie some crochet trim on here. And I want the crochet trim to go between my two top layers. And actually, because this is a little bulky, I think dimensionals will go a little bit better. So I'll just cover that snail up with some dimensionals. Never throw away the ends of your dimensionals. They come in handy. That is working better. I'm going to fold this edge over a little bit to show some more of that Designer Series paper. I want my bow to be tied along the side here. And now the heart, I'll just add some snail adhesive to that as well. And I'm going to line this up with the tree. And then turn that corner of, or the edge of the heart over. Now you could leave your card just like this and it's fabulous. I want to add a little something more, and I'm going to use the jewelry tag punch in the Tiny Tags stamp set. And I have this frame from the Forever Young stamp set. I'm just going to stamp that on there first, and then I'll do the thanks so much. So now when we line this up in our jewelry tag punch, we're going to first poke the hole using our paper piercing tool. And then we'll punch that tag out. And I'm going to use my vintage trinkets to now attach this jewelry tag to the card. And there we go, we have a completed card. I'm actually going to add just a little bit to the inside. I had a comment on one of my YouTube videos from my newsletter this week, and she wanted to know why most stampers don't do the inside. I usually just write my note in here, but it is really nice if you fancy up the inside as well. So let me go ahead and do that. So for the inside, I have a piece of Very Vanilla, and I just cut it 4 by 5 1/4. I have a little strip of Designer Series paper that coordinates with the paper I used on the front. I'm going to take the tree image, stamp it toward the bottom. I'll add my Designer Series paper, and then add this to the inside of the card. You see up here I got a little boo-boo because I stamped off on my mat, and then it made me pick up ink from my mat. So to fix that, I'm just going to stamp the tree again. And now we have a coordinating inside to match the outside. Hope you liked today's card. Don't forget to visit my blog, www.catherinepuller.com. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.